seeing references to every Final Fantasy VI with the Magitech armor, Final Fantasy XII with the Judge Magister Gabrant armor. Oh, what an impact! No! On my Final Fantasy cinematic journey, I'm very excited to cover FF14 once again with Final Fantasy XIV, A Realm Reborn, End of an Era. This particular video was suggested by our Dragoon tier member, Kilios. If you want to suggest a video yourself, click the join button and become a Dragoon. If you've been enjoying our time together, make sure to check out some of the other videos we've covered on this channel, including all of the other Final Fantasy XIV cinematics, which I've broken down in great detail. Final Fantasy lore masters, join me in battle once again. Square Enix. I got to meet, if you guys know, I got to meet Yoshi P and play Final Fantasy 16 with him. That was pretty epic at the FF16 launch event, so it's since given me a really cool view on his work. This is the song. I know the song is Answers by Nobuo Uematsu with Susan Calloway, right? Really cool opening, man, with just the male choirs. Boom, and you see this kind of like apocalyptic image. Strong opening, man. And it feels like doom is near at hand. Is that, what do you call it, Ulda? Oh, man. Okay. What a great intro. I love that we're seeing the people of the Eorzea's reaction to this. Like from the ground. Man, Nobuo is so good. His songs feel so familiar and so nostalgic, even when they're new. What a shot. Oh, that's how you do a war scene, man. That's what I'm talking about. And the general's up on the cliff. I'm seeing references to every Final Fantasy VI with the Magitech armor, Final Fantasy XII with the Judge Magister Gabrant armor. Oh, what an impact! Such great choreography and camera movement. Wow. Yeah, I know the song. SF6 reference. Yes. We're seeing all the class abilities in action, but it's in a war. Okay, this is just amazing. Let's see a healer in action. Woo! Unbelievable choreography. Sid! That's Sid! This is so good. I don't remember this at all. It's amazing. Great sound design on that. Yeah. Stand and fight! This is why FF14 is so cool. It's a celebration of Final Fantasy. The legacy of Final Fantasy runs so deep for all of us. And to see, as I'm saying it, Bahamut has come! And the music just lights up. So epic! And just destruction incarnate from Bahamut. What sword? You guys are wild. Terrifying. It's so crazy watching this after Dragonflight, World of Warcraft. Bahamut is terrifying. Yeah, what a shot. Nobuo doesn't miss, man, this music. I love this kind of... The choir comes in right as hope blossoms. music's too good. Hang on, man! Hang on! Jaw-dropping. Such a cool image. Yes, get out of there, get out of there. Is that Thancred? Isola! Yes! He's too strong! That is so cool. Come on. Come on. No! Get them out? No! They all made it out. No! He didn't make it. But every end marks a new beginning. A realm reborn. Wow, man, that goes hard. I forgot how good that is. I must have seen that like 10 years ago. Remember just the last shot of him being like obliterated. What a great scene, man. I mean, I'm always impressed. Listen, Visual Works, I'm their biggest fan. Square Enix, if you don't know, Visual Works is like Square Enix's Final Fantasy filmmaking studio, essentially. They're incredible. They are just, nobody touches them in my opinion. Absolutely great. But I forgot how hard that went with Nobuo's music too. If you don't know, Nobuo composed the music from Final Fantasy 1 through 10. Just absolute legend. And you know, his work is present in every Final Fantasy after that. And he still does like songs for the games, but his work is just like the complete backbone of Final Fantasy and really all gaming music, in my opinion, along with like Koji Kondo, who did Zelda and Mario and a couple others, like solidified what gaming music is back in the 80s. But anyways, fantastic. I absolutely loved it. I'm going to break this down. There's a lot to talk about. If you enjoy our time together, like I said, make sure to subscribe. Hop into our Discord. We have a really great Final Fantasy community. We've got FF7 Rebirth coming up. We're going to be playing that on stream. It's going to be so much fun. So make sure to sub so you don't miss it. But let's talk about it. Absolutely amazing stuff going on here. I think we had do we have a new Dragoon? We have a new Dragoon. BJ Honeycutt. Welcome to the Order of Dragoons, our highest order of warriors in the Philidari. We're happy to have you. Now claim your place in our number. Rise, take up your weapon for the wars to come. Awesome, man. Thank you so much. And shout out to Kilios. Great choice for this, man. I could watch Visual Works cinematics all day. They really took gaming, in my opinion, to an art form. In the late 90s is when Visual Works was born with Final Fantasy VII. This is why the game is so famous. They really made essentially the first AAA game with Final Fantasy VII and made it a cinematic experience. That's why we have like World of Warcraft and stuff like that today, where you can see like full scenes in games. They weren't really like that before. So this studio is just legendary. Kind of the evolution of the medium, and you can see their work kind of. This, I mean, has to be 10 years old at this point, like I said, and it's still so rich. So rich visually, and it's so kind of cool to have Nobuo come back for that same reason. You know? You do the music. Love it. But I love how they show the people of the world kind of looking up, completely helpless, and then we get into the battle. It's like, not everybody's helpless. We're trying to fight it. We're trying to do something about it. And it has like a many tiers of functions. You know, on the one hand, it's just like a cool image of war. You get to see the job classes in action here. What a great shot, man. What a great shot. The flashing swords. Really nice transition there too, up to the cliff. And I love that you see kind of different layers of what's going on. The generals up here who are in-game characters. What is this character's name? It's escaping me. But this character, yeah, he's very modeled after Judge Gabranth from Final Fantasy XII. And this is what I was talking about. You have, in the space of a few shots, it's a celebration. It's a celebration of Final Fantasy legacy. Final Fantasy XII with Gabranth, Final Fantasy VI with Terra and the Magitech armor, and black mages, white mages. It's all there, you know? Oh man, we gotta talk about this shot. We gotta talk about this shot. But I wanna say, the sort of referential art goes a layer deeper than just showing Magitech armor here from Final Fantasy VI. Look what it does. So not only is this a Magitech armor shot, but it is the exact position of the Yoshitaka Amano art that appears on the cover of Final Fantasy VI, which would have Terra up here on the at the helm. But beyond that, there's even another layer because it has 3 Magitech armors present, which is like the opening march to Narshe from Final Fantasy VI. Like, it's just all there. It's fantastic. Balsir. Gaius von Balsar. Balsar. Awesome. Thank you. I can remember his name. So I want to talk about this shot. We have the black mages here. Classic Final Fantasy. And it's just so cool. It's pretty much, again, it's pretty much what we were just talking about with World of Warcraft, like watching the late cinematics. For people who have been in the game this long, who've been playing Final Fantasy since literally the 80s, it's just such a legacy to be able to see this and have like the kind of referential visual language that's a part of Final Fantasy, and the audio feeling of Nobuo doing the music, but also to get this kind of like modernized view of it. Feels very complete, very full circle. I want to talk about this shot because it's just visceral. Sound design, I mean, look at this. And that's one shot. Absolutely insane. We got to look at it like slowly. Good. So you have this shot where he's pulling it up from the ground and dragging it on the ground, and it's so awesome. Just like you can feel the weight of the axe, and the way they do the choreography and the sound, it feels like it weighs 100 pounds. I mean, look at that. And look how they use the full frame to show the momentum of this. And then he comes in, it gets really tight to show like, oh man, he's coming in, you know, in close with it, and then just smashes these guys, and multiple people are in the air with that. Fantastically done shot. And then he comes back the other way, and you see somebody else trying to get in there, and it is not going to work out well for him. Boom! But with that, it's like showing the strike is so powerful. We've become one of the soldiers. We have flown up into the air, and now the camera is from us. So look at it from that perspective, right? We're one of the soldiers. Quick, get in and hit him! Boom! And we're up in the air. Just such a clean shot, and classic visual works. And what's crazy about visual works is this film studio who did this. Talk about visual language. They've established so much visual language in Final Fantasy that is like so sort of like medium defining that it has transcended into anime. It's transcended into real film and everything. Sort of like Advent Children choreography and camera work and stuff, and the kind of like light, very big jumps and stuff. You'll see that in all kinds of media these days. It's incredible. Great shot too, right there. Somebody tries to get in. It's still the same shot, by the way. And you see this guy like run up to him from the sky. And then it's almost like it comes back in, and now it feels like it's from the perspective of the axe-wielding guy here. Boom! The warrior of light. So great. And then we get the hero shot. We get this pose, which is so, you know, heroic. And of course we get the reaction shot. Very well done. Yeah. And then what's really cool is you see this guy who's very, very strong. He's just destroyed people with his axe. And then we have this. He looks up to the sky, takes off his helmet, and he's like, but I can't stop that. And it's just a great setup for what's to come. He feels powerless, even though he's that strong in battle. That was a good choice. man. On cue. He feels powerless, right? He's getting overrun by the magic tech. Yeah. And now this is cool because in a very World of Warcraft way that they did it in their first trailer, we get to see in one place in this, in a very like contextualized place in this battle, we get to see some of the different jobs. Like that's an archer, right? And that is just so cool because it's a full party. Like you're out in a dungeon doing a fight right now. There's like healer, paladin, white mage, warrior. Would he be called, or barbarian? I don't know what that job is called. I haven't played in so long. Paladin. A la, Cecil from Final Fantasy IV. Absolute legend. I'm gonna need a bigger axe, yeah. Honeycut says, I'd love to watch you react to FF14 cutscenes, but at the same time, I want you to play through the game. Yeah, that's kind of a debate I've had for a long time, Honeycut. Like, do I react? Yeah. Do I react? I'm going to play a little bit later this year with Aaliyah. A lot later this year, I should say, like in the summer. So please make an intro and post it later in the reaction video. Oh, for this one? Yeah, I already did an intro. I'm pumped about this one. Yeah. But I love it. Like, this shot is just... incredible shot, guys. The choreography, look at this. So we have... What happens? He gets shot. In this one shot, we have the team run up. And this feels almost like Chrono Trigger. Who knows Chrono Trigger? One of the greatest games ever made. Almost like an X-Tech, what do they call it? X-Strike from Chrono Trigger with the techs. These guys are running up together. And look at this. He swings, he hits. And just the momentum. That's one of the things I've always loved about Final Fantasy. They really take the fantasy aspect of being this strong to wield a weapon that big. As if you could. Look at that. The momentum of his strike carries him around his friend. And then he lands in like another strike and they're doing this like tornado strikes. And I'm pretty sure what he just did is an in-game technique as well. And then we come in, it's like as if we're running and then we don't know. There's a Magitech armor right in our face. So cool. And the Black Mage just roasts him. Fantastic. Like detail on his armor, yeah, it's really well done. It'll all be redacted. Yeah, and there's that's Sid. I know Sid, right? He looks older in-game graphics. And there it is. Everybody's looking up at this thing. So then it's like, what is this? And then on cue, it shoots down. Yeah. And this is where it's cool. Like the music really explodes at this point where Bahamut comes out. What sword? Yeah, there's the sword. And I love that it has this like chthonic feeling to it. Absolute madness. So awesome. Just absolute destruction. It's so well voiced. And then I love that this is the party that we saw fighting, and they're just like, okay, now all that stuff doesn't seem like such a big problem. Great shot. Can FF14 lore masters help me out here? So Bahamut was sealed away, clearly. What's going on? Like, what is the backstory? Because I don't remember. It's been too long. So I've played A Realm Reborn, but it's been like 10 years since I was at the beginning of it. Whew, and you just see cities getting leveled. Horrifying. Great shot there too. Again, it shows sort of the position of powerlessness against such a mighty foe, you know? I love it. That's a great shot too, with the kind of silhouette, and you see these just streaks of magic, meteors. Terrifying. And right on cue, man. When the key changes the music, it's just boom. It's like hope, a little bit of hope. What's this guy's name? Is it Lucan? Like Lucan from Final Fantasy 1? I love that, man. It's so cool. And it's like this little light of hope is getting overwhelmed. You can see that in the color choice there. It's great. And this is just horrifying. Look at the size scale. I love how they designed Bahamut too. It looks like a mountain come to life. So chthonic, so raw of the earth, you know? Like it's hewn from stone. So that is Thancred, right? But yeah, I like how you're seeing people all around the world kind of like doing stuff. Like there was more going on in the scenes besides this battle. Try and make a difference. Archon Lissoin, who's that? Bahamut was killed and resurrected as a primal. The primal was sealed away in the moon as a battery. Got it. Got it. Need to watch Final Fantasy Spirits Within. That would be awesome. How you doing, Alejandro? I love the blue too. It's so rich. It's that same color of hope. Thanks for those links. That's the old guy? Okay. So these are like the month, like the zodiac signs in universe, right? So what happens here is he can't be contained. He tries to seal them away, right? And he just blasts it. Oh, that's their grandfather. Okay, the twins. And this is the moment where it's like, yeah, we're finished, aren't we? There's nothing we can do. So then what happens is he casts a final spell to just get everybody out. That's what happens, right? Yeah. Teleports everybody out. And then, what a great shot this is. You see him get out, and then it's just like, but I don't get to. Like, what a sacrifice, man. And this is what I love about this. Look at the range of emotions in his face. There's a sadness there, and there's obviously like pain and fear and a lot of different emotions, but then he's like, you know, I say it to everybody, what a sacrifice. That's incredible. I really like that ending. That's the shot that stuck with me, clearly. This is what I remembered, but beautiful, beautiful scene. I love right there where he kind of blinks his eyes open and he's kind of like, no, I'm gonna look into it, you know? It's blinding, but like, I'm gonna look into my fate. This is the fate I've chosen. Really beautiful moment and well animated by Square Enix. Fantastic. Like I said, if you guys enjoyed this, make sure to subscribe. Make sure to hop in our Discord. FF7 Rebirth on the way. We'll be playing 14 later this year too, so. He can't be contained. There's a direct sequel to this cutscene. Oh, awesome. I'm doing good. All right, Alejandro. That's fantastic. Yeah, what a cool concept. And I thought it was very well executed. It functions very much like a scene. I would say more than the dawntrail one. For sure. Yeah. That was awesome. But I loved it. Yeah, definitely. You can see, too, how far the cinematics have come even since this, but it's still so good. And it's quite on par with the new cinematics, even though there's like little improvements here and there. It's insane. But yeah, fantastic stuff. All right, that's it. Shout out again to Kilios. Really good choice.